we're Joe and Beth, and thanks for joining us as we traverse some of the best open roads and mountainscapes on offer. After such an incredibly difficult year in 2021, this journey was all about rediscovering adventure, reigniting that lust for life, and most importantly, reimagining the world for the beautiful place that it is. This is Iceland. So, welcome to our humble abode for the next 10 days. Now this camper is rented from Camp Easy and is the XS or extra small version for those on an extra small tight ass budget. Now this little camper came with its own cool box, USB socket, a sink and a tap, and most importantly, a heater for those sub-zero nights. Now, this was winter 2022. And for 10 days, it cost us £600 to rent this van. Now, if like us, you're keen to see the Northern Lights, it just so happens that the lower rates coincide with this period, as in the summer, the prices can escalate to £1,600. That was our first night, so time to get some shut-eye, and we'll see you in the morning.
How did you sleep? We had 2 planes. The van keeps shaking around with this crazy ass wind.
There's crazy hail in the night as well.
Yeah, I heard snow dropping off the van.
Now, a lack of sleep wasn't going to make any difference today because today was our first day in Iceland and today we were ticking something big off the bucket list, to go scuba diving in Iceland. So we thought.
So due to the extreme weather conditions, we can't go diving today, or at least this morning. So what do you want to do as a plan B? Go into Reykjavik and then see what's there?
Yeah.
Surely you can dive today. It's a great day for diving. What's he on about? Fucking jerk off.
Yeah, sure we can dive. I just saw a car under snow.
With just a few hours to kill, we headed straight for the town centre, and if you do so, you'll be greeted by 2 landmarks, one being this, the Sun Voyager, but secondly being the church of Hallgrimskirkja. This was inspired by the incredible natural and geographical features of this country's landscape. It's the tallest church in Iceland, and we just so happened to step in during an impromptu performance. With the skies opening and the roads clearing, it was time to go diving. With several miles of icy terrain to navigate, I was unconvinced that we were going to make it. But as the miles grew near, so did the reality of diving in Iceland. Some things are just not meant to be. Now, after soaking heavily for 10 minutes, Beth reminded me we're in a beautiful place. Let's go out and enjoy it. What's it, Bevy? What have we learnt from today?
Check emails more.
Check emails more. Yeah. But anyway,
We had a nice time out.
we've had a nice walk. And it's lovely here.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can come back at the end of the trip. Vlog over. How's your cold tea?
Ooh. Iceland day 2. Day 2!
Some of you may be wondering what the conditions are like for driving here. Being a small coastal island, just touching the Arctic Circle, it's not that uncommon for roads to close completely. But is this all hype? Well, for the most part, yes. The ring road here, the main road connecting the entire island, is kept clear all year round. The mountain roads, however, are another story, and be sure to look closely at your rental agreement. Our van came with a GPS tracker built in, and for just attempting a mountain road, could land you with a €1,000 fine. In that case, we opted to turn round. Now, if you're still concerned about the conditions, take comfort that all vehicles are fitted with snow tires. Not only that, you can opt for snow recovery during check-in.
Sure you don't want that insurance, sir?
While some regions, such as the western fjords, may be unreachable without a 4x4, the ring road will be open to all, even in winter. With the weather showing no signs of holding out, it was time for a cup of tea, and what better way than from a fresh mineral spring. Look at that face. With its expansive coastline, catching sight of seals in Iceland is not uncommon, and for the most part, you have to look no further than the shores. Several species of seal exist in Iceland, and most commonly are the harbour seal and the grey seal. But for the keen-eyed traveller lucky enough, even walruses have been spotted on these shores.
seat on the go, shall we?
Get the heated seat on. Get the heated seat on.
Just a few hours left of the day, we headed here to Stykkishólm.
I've been up since 6 in the morning! So thought we'd crack on a bit early this morning, didn't we, Bethy?
Yeah.
So we got, well, how long was it? 5.5 hours of driving and a couple of places to stop at.
Yeah, it's 3 hours to the next one.
So, yeah, we thought we'd hit the road early.
You look like an egg.
I look like an egg.
Yeah, look at it. You look like an egg.
Well, I look like an egg.
Yeah. Well, you look like an egg.
Hopefully see the Northern Lights tonight.
Yeah.
There's a small chance.
It's been pretty stinky. We took our socks off where we've been to the beach yesterday, and where we got covered in seawater, our feet stank of fish. Which was nice. Delicious.
Smell like a true Icelandic fisherman.
Yeah.
A seafarer.
So, it's pretty dark at the moment.
So, round up of the day then, we managed to see 2 seals, Not as many as the spot we were in before, but we'll perhaps leave a link for those as well. And now we're just having some beans on toast.
Well, I finished mine.
Becky's demolished hers.
It was very tasty.
Yeah, with the Northern Lights, we were sort of told to come here without expecting to see them, and just sort of get your head into all the other activities and things to do that are here. Although it's been very cloudy, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully tonight there'll be less cloud coverage. I'll quickly pan around and show you what it's like today, and then we might have a chance of seeing it tonight, but we'll see. So yeah, it's not too bad at the moment by any means. See what tonight brings. Any luck?
Yeah, I just read on the thing you pay in here for info or pay over there. There's in the showers, kitchen facility.
Showers?
Yeah. Oh, there's a dishwasher.
Is it?
Dishwasher that only takes 3 minutes. Oh,
This is living, huh?
let's go get all of our washing up. I'm sad I did it earlier.
Let's put my pants in there.
Shortly after arrival, we were notified via an app that the Northern Lights had been spotted, so we headed out of town. I'm sure seeing the Northern Lights would be something cherished by all, but for us, this held particular significance. In 2021, having worked throughout the pandemic caring for vulnerable and elderly people with COVID, Beth sadly lost her stepfather to it. Steve had no underlying health conditions, and so this came as a shock to all. Not being able to visit in hospital or even have a chance to say goodbye understandably took its toll on Beth, and as her husband, I could see a fundamental change in her. That's why I brought her here. We've been told that the Northern Lights was an incredible spectacle. It'd been on our bucket list for as long as I can remember, and whilst I knew I couldn't bring Steve back, I just hoped it could be the reminder that the world can still be a beautiful place.
So, it says we've got a 25.2% chance of seeing it now. So it was 31% when we left the campsite. It's now gone down. We'll sit here, we'll switch all the lights off, kind of up a hill a little bit, out of the town to hopefully get in the darkest spot. Hopefully we'll see something.
Sadly, it was not meant to be, but with several days still ahead of us, we could only hope. Welcome to Akureyri, Iceland's second city. The town is based up in the north and is a popular place to go whale watching, and today we'll be suiting up and joining ship.
Where's the viewpoint, Betty?
Is it there?
So, what happened last time you were on a boat?
We were coming back from Europe and it was a little bit choppy going back over to England, and I was sick the whole way.
You a little bit sick out your nose?
Yeah, a little bit out my nose.
Well, sadly for Beth, some things just don't change. And here's before, And here's after.
How's it been?
I think it was seeing that girl be sick. It made me feel sick. That was it.
I'll set you off.
Yeah, and then the wave came in. I was trying to save the bag. I ran downstairs, found a bucket. That was it.
After all that, I didn't think we'd seen anything until I looked back at my footage and saw this. Little porpoise.
Question is, did you manage to get it all in the bucket?
It was quite a big bucket.
Filled it up, did you? Good on you.
So after Beth spent the best part of an hour recovering in the back of the van, we decided to go for a walk. It took us just a few minutes to get through the whole town, and in doing so, we discovered what was possibly one of the best hot tubs in Iceland. There was no one to be seen, so we had this incredible view all to ourselves. Be sure to leave a link in the description for this one. Welcome to Hverfjall. If you'd like to visit the volcano Hverfjall, you can easily do so by taking the ring road from Akureyri. The volcano is known as a tough ring volcano, meaning it has a low profile and can be easily accessed for those that would like to walk around the entire crater. From there are a whole bunch of places to see, so it's a destination well worth visiting.
Woo! Thermal. Oh god. Oh shit. Go.
This is Mývatn, thermal pool based just outside of Akureyri. We chose this place because we heard it was quieter than the Blue Lagoon, and we weren't disappointed. Just a quick note on rings. Be sure to take off any silver.
Oh my god, what are you going to do as your wedding ring?
That was silver before it came in. Actually looks quite cool.
I actually do quite like it like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't worry. If you do make the same mistake, it will change back eventually.
Do you want to know why it's so milky?
No, I don't want to know why it's milky.
No, you don't.
Today's destination was Stuðlagil Canyon. Known for its dramatic rock formation, we'd be heading here, the abandoned car lot, as well as the sulfuric smoker. Well, it's been a long day out on the road and we're going to need to refill, so figured this would be an ideal time to talk about costs. Now, we covered just over 1,000 miles during this trip, and in doing so, clocked up £270 in fuel costs. Now, there are fuel stations readily available all across Iceland. The only thing to watch out for is if you have a foreign card, you'll be charged twice. Once for the prepayment, and once for the total cost of the fuel, so just be sure to claim this back from your bank once you get home. Having spent much of the day driving, we decided to take some time out and explore the little town of Seydisfjordur. Known for its colourful approach to the church, some of you may also recognise the roads leading in as those that appeared in the film The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. With the day coming to an end, we headed off, but not before Beth had some divine inspiration from one of the local ski slopes.
So what board you riding?
Just riding a pizza board.
Pizza board? That's rad. I'm getting in the car now.
As mentioned before, we used an app to notify us when the northern lights were likely to be seen. According to the app, there was plenty of activity going on tonight. It was just whether the cloud coverage was going to hold up as well as it had done all day today.
Thinking northern lights is a no-go tonight.
Yeah. Literally like 6 o'clock, all these clouds are rolling. It's been clear like all day.
At least the view's pretty decent, eh, Bethy?
Yeah, pretty nice.
Sadly, tonight was another no-show. So slight problem last night in that we couldn't actually get a campsite.
No.
We're sort of around the eastern side, aren't we?
Yeah.
Tried a couple. None of them were open. We had to stay in a hostel.
Yeah.
But actually, it's quite a nice hostel.
Okay, so we done Aurora Watch. Today is Deer Watch. let's get us some reindeers. Oh my god. You managed to find some antlers? That's so cool. We have to get that home somehow.
Okay.
So cool. Okay, Bertie, I just checked this and I've asked, can you take deer antlers on a plane?
Yeah.
It says you may transport this item in carry-on or checked bags. Woo!
Again.
Now, I thought it would take something quite magical to find reindeer in Iceland, but there was an absolute abundance of them, and sightings are extremely common. In the winter, they come down from the mountains to find food, so if you simply head to the east coast and drive around the ring road, you won't be disappointed.
I loves my beans.
After acquiring this whole beach to ourselves and having a lovely cup of tea, we headed for our next destination, Jökulsárlón.
Bevy, just to let you know, you're driving on the wrong side of the road.
Oh shit.
Jökulsárlón literally translates the glacier's river lagoon and was formed naturally from the melted glacier water. The icebergs gradually drift out to sea, and it's this meeting of fresh water with salt water that gives them this unique blue hue.
There she goes. Trying to get herself a tactical poop in while no one else is in there. Just trust me, they can hear everything.
After a quick browse, it was time to head for one of Iceland's premier sci-fi attractions. Laid up on the black sand beaches of the south is this 1940s US naval aircraft. Having crashed in 1973, the exact cause is still unknown. Some speculate whether the engine froze over, whilst others suggest that the aircraft may have simply run out of fuel, or even that the pilot switched to the wrong fuel tank. Miraculously though, all 7 crew members on board managed to survive. The plane wreck can be accessed from the ring road. From there there's a 1-hour walk, or you can take a shuttle, but just be sure to prepare for torrential weather.
How you feeling?
Cold.
Cold.
Yeah. Not gonna look forward to the walk back.
No. Feel the van shaking around in the wind.
My nose is defrosting.
I'm so up for going to a thermal pool now.
Yeah.
Now I see why they have so many. You
pretty-
need them at times like this.
Yeah. Get all the wax, Stewie.
With the weather turning and the night coming in, we ended the day at Skoafoss waterfall.
How is it wherever you go you always find a dog?
Where is he dog? Does Becky own these dogs?
No, Buffy does not. Nice and refreshing for you, Bethy?
It's a bit different to the thermal bath.
What do you mean? It's lovely.
We're about to get in a thermal bath, and then you made me stand in front of a freezing waterfall.
But look how great you look in slow motion, Bethy.
I don't know until I see it.
Tonight on Aurora Watch. Just eating our dinner out in the front cab here. Hoping for some good news, eh, Bethy?
With just one day left of the trip, there was only a small window of opportunity left to glimpse the northern lights. With plenty of solar activity forecast, we could only hope for a break in the clouds. But this seemed unlikely. However, we felt extremely lucky to be here and spent that evening reminiscing what an incredible journey it had been.
was so funny when you were just looking at. I was like, what is he looking at? And I looked down. So that's it, go, go, go!
That was funny. I don't know if I'll be able to get up in the middle of the night again.
Well, it started at like, what, 7 o'clock last night? Literally having like dinner and we're like, oh my god!
Not very good though.
After an absolutely incredible night, there was still one last treat in store. I just heard from the dive school in Iceland that the dive site Sulfuric was going to be open that day, and that we would actually get to dive there after all. We went for one last dip before we headed off in what looked like a tiny hobbit house. You nice and toasty in there, baby?
Here we go! Oh! 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 Oh god, oh yeah, yeah.
How does this compare to the lagoon, Bethy?
This is way better.
Way better. Fewer people?
Yeah, and also in the lagoon, you kind of have to find hot spots, where this is just nice and warm all the time.
There's loads of spots like this all around Iceland. They're normally on private property and you just pay in an honesty box. But they're dotted all around, and yeah, to be honest, I think they're far nicer.
Yeah.
More tranquil. Got up nice and early this morning to grab this spot to ourselves, and it's been lovely. There's earthy goodness on my legs. Before heading off, we had a little bit of time spare, so we headed for the geyser.
Much suspense. Many hours spent waiting. Any moment now.
Where are we going, Beppy?
We're gonna go diving!
Yeah! To end our trip then, we're here in Sulfuric, one of the most unique dive sites in the world. Here it offers visitors an opportunity to dive in pure glacier water, and because of this, visibility can reach an awe-inspiring 100 meters. Sulfuric is also the only place in the world where you can dive and quite literally reach out between two tectonic plates, connecting Eurasia with North America. You're probably wondering what water temperatures here are like. And at this time of year, they'll only reach as high as 2 degrees centigrade. For this reason, a dry suit is a must.
We're good. Yeah. Pretty cold. Eh? Pretty cold. Hot. Hey? Hot? Yeah, hot. Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we did. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description for all the places that we visited, but if you go, have an incredible time, and hopefully we'll see you on another journey in the not too distant future.